Hi everyone, Steve Carew from Fully Mill here. So I'm just going to show you how to tie it's the Lubos Roza coloured water fly. So it's in a colour combination of black and fluorescent orange with a bit of pearl. Really helps this fly show up if you know, the river that you're fishing is in flood and the water's a bit coloured. Works really well. Works very well in conjunction with something heavy, so you can fish this fly really slowly. Give the fish every opportunity to be able to see it. So I'll show you how to tie it. So in the vise, just putting it's a Fully Mill jig force size 16, and then I've got a Fully Mill tungsten bead fluorescent orange 2.8mm, so slotted tungsten bead. So first things first, I just fix it in place using some of our super glue. Just pull the bead back and just apply a little bit of super glue on that crank of the hook shank there. Pull your bead up into the glue and it'll stick. Even if it doesn't stick straight away when you're tying, when it does catch, it'll hold the bead there very securely. So catch your thread on. Just using a fairly fine black tying thread here today. Build up a little dam just behind that bead just to make sure it doesn't move at all. Snap your tag end of the thread off and run your thread down the hook shank. Okay, so if the hook had a barb, you're stopping sort of kind of halfway between hook barb and hook point. So the tail of this fly is just some cock hackle fibres in black. No need to use your fancy coq de lion on this, so just catch that in with one turn of thread. There we go. Okay, now the rib of the fly is just fine pearl tinsel. I quite like using the Gutermann or the sulky one. It's a little bit more robust to some of the other fine pearl tinsels. So just cut your tag end of the cockhackle fibres off that, run your thread back down, and then we just want to dub a nice thin buddy, and it's just sort of a generic black sort of hare's fur dubbing that I'm using. Just dub it on nice and slim. Okay. Let's just see how this works for me. Try and build a little bit of a taper into the fly. Okay. So I've got a bit too much on there. If you've ever got a bit too much dubbing on, you can generally just pull it off. Okay. And just rib the body with your fine pearl tinsel. Takes roughly about 4 turns on this size hook. 2, 3, 4. Let's catch that in. Okay. If you wanted to, you could counter rib the pearl tinsel with some fine nylon, just add a little bit more security, but I tend to not bother personally. Okay, so the wing case on this fly is GB number 5 floss, and for this size you want 8 strands. So you take a fairly long piece, double it again, and then just wrap it around your thread and just pull it up to position it on top of the hook shank. Just bind it down, make sure it's all secure. And then the thorax on this fly is just some sort of black peacock eye stub. You can use any brand you want. Okay. Let's see how this works. That'll be perfect. So pull your GB floss nice and tight and pull it over and just catch it in behind your bead. Bind it down with a few tight turns, and then we just chop off the tag piece. Okay. So then we just finish the fly. Just once again, apply a bit of the Fulling Mill super glue onto your thread, and then just whip finish. Okay. So that is your Roza's coloured water jig. Very effective, as I was saying, in sort of high or coloured water. Really show up in this colour combination. Give it a go.